Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Behold, new layout, same desk. Oh, it's been a minute. It has been a minute since I've streamed. It's mostly just been a lot of stuff's going on in my life, but we're here. We are here. I can't even remember the last time I streamed, honestly. I wish I could, but I can't, unfortunately. Let's see, that's 5. What are you? You're the front. You are making these microns. Okay. So we've got some stuff to animate. We've got some stuff to paint. Like a lot of stuff. I have put the gray pile piling up, unfortunately. Oh, and I added this, my little setup here. Hopefully, this will help me in the long run. I got a little ring light here for myself. So hopefully that'll help with a lot of the painting and stuff like that. A little bit of the like stuff when it comes to lighting and all that stuff for my wonderful gray pile that I got piling up. First things first, we do actually have, I did get the model of the month, and if I remember correctly, it is a Skaven. So we are going to put that together while we are waiting for everybody else to show up. Oh, hello, there's 2 of them. There's two bases. Why are there 2 bases? I don't know how I feel about that. Where are my cutters? There. Okay, how in the 9 are you supposed to put this together? I think I see how you're supposed to put it together. I think. Is it 2 Skaven or is it just the 1? When we're done putting this together, I will show off my wonderful gray pile of shame that I have been slowly making worse. And it's not necessarily a whole gray pile of shame, but it is a gray pile of shame. It looks like these guys actually come with little pegs. So let me just try not to use my middle finger here, and I'll show you all why in a second. What is that? Sorry, my dogs are eating, and I think I just heard one of my dogs freak out at the other one. Let's see, so is this supposed to, like, just jam on in there? Yeah, it looks like it. It doesn't really do it very well, does it? So yeah, it looks like it's just 2 Skaven, not just 1, hence the 2 bases. Interesting, I don't remember a model of the month ever being 2 models of the month. But hey, what can you do, right? How's everybody been? Hope everybody's been doing well. I know that I said after my schedule change, I would try to start streaming a lot more, but unfortunately, that was not the case. I'm going to try to get back into it more now, but let's not have a repeat of the other day. But I'm back now, and that's what matters. And voila, 2 little Skaven-y boys. 2 little rats. 2 little rats. And rats make me crazy. Not gonna lie, this would actually be a really cool kit bash for like a combat knife or something like that for one of the Space Marines. Cool little combat knife. This, not so much, but this would definitely be a really cool combat knife to have. Like, just have... I mean, this guy has a... This guy's a knife. It's a little bit longer, but it'd be a pretty cool combat knife to have. And now on to the main event, my gray pile. I am currently waiting on some custom heads and custom jetpacks to come in for... Wonderful. Wonderful little mishap. Where did all my stuff go just now? Okay. Wonderful little mishap. Love it. I am currently waiting on custom heads and custom jetpacks for my jump pack aggressors. I do still have the actual heads and the actual jump packs, but I'm waiting on some custom ones because they're going to be winged jetpacks and beak heads for them. So I'm still waiting on that, so these are unprimed. I do have let's see, that's a good hunter. So I do have still, I have to do my
Blade Guards, Blade Guard Veterans,
my aggressors, my Grey Hunters that I do have. I did manage to get a 10-pack up because these are regular. And then I also have this Chaplain with Jump Pack that I did a custom head for, which looks like it's falling off again. I've had to glue this thing on I don't know how many times at this point. And we also have Ragnar Blackmane to paint still. But the army is not yet complete, and I don't really feel like painting Space Marines today. But because I have a Chaplain with Jump Pack, Logan Blackmane, and Oracle Slayer, I do technically have a 3-unit army of Space Wolves. I did order Logan Grimnar himself, the man, the myth, the legend. But for now we are going to focus on my Necron acquisitions as of late. I added on to my Necrons. I added on a... I can't see him in all his glory. What the heck is going on? I got a Reanimator because Reanimators are really, really good with warriors, which I now have 20 warriors, Necron warriors, as well as 10 Immortals, a couple of other extra things here and there. I got some Lich Guards to work on, as well as this one that I have done the gladiator pose for. Can my stuff stop getting stuck on my clothing? Thank you. And I have them being led by, of all people, shocker, I'm sure. Imhotep the Stormlord is going to be leading this Lich Guard unit. Very good unit, if I do say so myself. Why is that? Oh, that's why. Because it is glued, but that little bit kind of still hangs out. And then the piece de resistance. It is going to be the Riptide for the new for my Necrons, to put it in a matter of perspective. And that is Sazarek the Silent King. With his menhirs, obviously. There's 2 of them. It's something that I'm sure you may notice. He is missing his head because I am still trying to find somewhere I can 3D print a head, because in my army, he's not going to be called Sazerac the Silent King, he's going to be called Sazerac the Usurped Mind, because these guys are themed after the Vex. So, the reason why I'm not using the middle finger is because I made a little version of the Black Heart from Destiny, and then I took some of the Satan stuff and just kind of glued it all around it to kind of make it look like, oh yeah, the Black Heart destroyed and took the place of the Satan. And while I was making the Black Heart, my X-Acto knife slipped and I sliced the crap out of my middle finger, and it hurts. It's like when I hit it on stuff or when I touch stuff with it. So we're going to avoid using that. So for now, Sazerac, I'm probably going to keep him unpainted until I get that head in, and then I might start painting up a little bit. I might start painting, I might not. We'll just have to see how things go. So yeah, that is what I have added to my collection as of late. I'm really excited for this Sazerac to paint it and everything like that. I like doing the big models, I've discovered. The big models are tons of fun. There it is. This is my first favorite. Okay.
And then, of course, I also have
my paints, my painting water, my regular water, my drinking water, and I was out and I bought a new brush from Hobby Lobby. Look at how freaking thin that tip is. That is ridiculously thin. Like, ridiculously thin. So I don't know if I'm going to keep using the needle anymore now, because the tip of that is so thin. Alright, let me grab a drink of water here, shall I? How's everybody doing? It's been a minute. God, I love water.
Which is odd, because I used to hate water.
Alright, so what should we paint first? I'm feeling like, let's go smallest to biggest, so maybe start with the lift guard, move on to Ematech, and then the Reanimator. And I think that is what I'm going to do.
I just need to check what are these shields supposed to look like on these.
Okay, so it looks like the shields themselves are made out of like that energy-ish material. So I'm gonna have to do all of that basically white, and then probably mix some black with some blue and get that. Or I could actually, I think I might go black and then do the edges in blue, and then do those inner bits there white, and then have a little bit more blue going on in there.
First time really doing shields. My
Blade Guard runners have shields, so this will be good practice. If this doesn't end up looking
very good.
Oh well, it is what it is.
God, I'm thirsty today. Okay. I need to get my pals.
Grab that, and put that back on, because I'd rather not accidentally stab myself again. Made that mistake once, not gonna do it again. Okay, should we start off with Mr. Gladiator here, or do we think, we'll do that last. We'll do him last. pop out the... I have too much. There we go. Rune Lord Brass. Also, what does everybody think of the new theme? I decided to stray away from the... let's see. Stray away from the vaporwave style and went more steampunk style because I do like me some steampunk. Steampunk type stuff is good. There was an old game that I used to play. I think it's still on Steam. It was like something. It had something to do with skyships. That's all I remember. It was a really fun game though. Okay, grab some of this. Grab some Wasser. Wasser Flash. Even though in reality this is a water glass and not a water bottle, but... Oop, that's a bit too much water. Hold on. You can fix that. You can fix it real easy. Which is fine, because if I remember right, I need a lot of this stuff for these guys. It's a little bit too much. There we go. Perfect. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday so far. I'm having a great Sunday. I actually work relatively later tomorrow. Tomorrow is President's Day for those who are off. Have a wonderful President's Day. I and a couple of my coworkers will be working. But one of the benefits of working a semi-government job is I'm getting paid double tomorrow because I worked on MLK Day as well. Hey Francois, long time no see. How you doing, sir? Welcome on in, welcome on in. Like the new setup? I got an echo. How do I have an echo? Why do I have an echo? That's odd. Shouldn't have it. Oh, that's why I have.
There we go. Does that fix it? Oh, I don't know why it does that by default. Oh, what the hell? My hair's got another brush. I don't know why it does that by default. It just does. My webcam has a... Yeah, my webcam has a mic. And it just, for some reason, it is automatically like... Okay, good. Fixed. It automatically will just come on. It's really obnoxious. And I'd have to do some rewiring and stuff like that on my computer. So, a lot of stuff got unplugged and replugged in, so that's probably why it got reactivated. This spine I'm probably going to do in lead belcher, I'm feeling. And then obviously a lot of the adornments and stuff like that I'm going to do in gold. So like this little groin plate and this like crown are going to be in gold. It's honestly kind of hard to mess up Necrons. I've seen it happen before, but just a thing to add to your appreciation. Yes, yes it is at this point. Yes it is. Obnoxious cautiously so. It's like a pre-work checklist, except I don't really have to worry about my pre-work checklist. Well, okay, that's a lie. There have been plenty of times where I've been like on the way to work and then realized, oh crap, I forgot my keys, or oh crap, I forgot my badge, or oh crap, I forgot my radio, or stuff like that. So perhaps you are correct. Perhaps. But yeah. That won't be me tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be hype. I'm going to be a very happy camper. Because I am on report, meaning I get to sit on my butt and get paid to do nothing. Not literally, but kind of. If there are any moves or anything like that need to be done, if I need to like put together stuff or do any yard work or anything like that, then yeah, I got stuff to do. But I mean, all that got done on Saturday while I was out on the block, so it'd be really nice if there was a Rune Lord brass and primer. So how have you been? Hope things have been good. Hope you've had a good New Year so far. Mine's been very up and down. I've had a lot of ups and downs recently, but that tends to happen to me. Ah, damn it. Okay, I'm gonna move on. I've been suffering some hobby burnout, and I gotta finish up my models for a tournament on Saturday. Oh, nice. You do tournaments? Nice. That fixed it. There we go. But oh, really? But I know how you feel about the hobby burnout. I know how you feel. There was a long period of time where I didn't touch my models, like, at all. Even playing. Didn't play, didn't paint, didn't put together. It was when I was just experiencing some just burnout in general with kind of stuff in my life and stuff like that. So hopefully everything works itself out and you get back to the hobby, because I know that even though we hate the hobby sometimes, this hobby is relaxing for a lot of us, myself included. Nice. I could never see myself doing a tournament just because I don't know. I'm too new to the hobby. Two, I've always been a very casual person when it comes to stuff like this. Like even with Magic the Gathering, I'm still a very casual player. I've got some strong decks, but I don't really like playing them as much as I used to anymore. Like I'll play them once or twice if people are playing high level decks, but I don't know. I've never been like I get too competitive and it makes it not fun for me when I get too competitive, so I just don't. I can understand the appeal of it though. Like forever ago on Destiny 1. That did not just happen. That's way looser than it should. Oh, bist du scheißen mich? Ja, scheiße. Okay. Verfick mich. Oh, I cannot believe that just happened. On stream, of all times. On stream. Yeah, come on, glue. Because it's my brain versus yours. Tournament plays the same. Okay, that makes sense. Come on, glue. I went and played 40k last night with my Tau against Destroyer Cults. And I got my shit rocked. Like, I never knew, like, this person, it was this person's first time playing Destroyer Cult, and so he was like, I've never used Destroyer Cult before, so I don't know if it's good or bad. And proceeded to absolutely decimate my Tau, because it's Tau, and Destroyers are very melee focused, so they're not, they did very horribly. They did horribly. I did manage to take out his Ghost Arc. He also had a... Yeah, I know the feeling. I mean, luckily I don't have to work out my brain too much because of work, but not everybody's work is too challenging. And even mine isn't necessarily challenging, it's just I gotta think about stuff before I do it. Oh great, the chat box is like way off. Way off of where it should be. Okay, buddy, come on. You need to drive real quick. Okay. He's not gonna stay, is he? Nope. I've got to hold on to him now. That's freaking amazing. Yeah, but like a lot of work is thinking ahead and stuff like that, so I do keep my brain relatively active, as well as my body nowadays. Retired at 30, so 2 months later. Retired at 30? How'd you manage that? Oh wait, you don't live in the States, do you? Okay, very carefully we're gonna move that back there. And let that dry off while we work on the next ones. my retirement age is like 50 something. I don't know. I'd have to check our. Don't want to end up on the duels rocking on pile, so you guys stay sharp on other duels. That's true. That's true. Oh, nice. Okay. How'd you manage to retire at 30, you lucky duck? I'll have to check my union's collective bargaining agreement and see when I get to retire. But I know it's going to be like way earlier than Social Security retirement age. Which does remind me, I need to get a bot that like warns people if they say certain words that are banned. Or that I want to ban. To the Harvard. Ah, there you go. Army way. Respectable. That was, I'm sure that was a really tough thing for you to do, but you managed to do it, and now here you are. A free man and a free man. If you get my pun. I wish I need to see if there's a PDF version. Well, then again, there's a new version every like 2 years, I think, of our CBA, so I'll have to double check. I could see if my CBA is online somewhere. It probably is. Why does this sound like that Samsung ringtone? Please tell me I'm not the only one who hears that. Please tell me I'm not the only one that hears that. That legitimately. Hold on. This is a new video. Hold on. Hold on, I think it's this one. I think. Hold on, let me go back. Please tell me I'm not the only one that hears that. Oh my god. The amount of brain rot. Hold on. Yeah, no. Okay. So you heard that. You heard that clip. Here, hold on. Okay. Okay, so that's the music that we were just listening to, and then this is the sound I'm talking about from the Samsung. It's oh my god, it is literally like the exact same. It's at least the same instrument. I'll tell you how I would retire if not via the military. How would you retire then? Let's hear it. Not gonna lie, I think I would actually work until I get my like Social Security retirement too, just because like I don't know, I feel like I would get bored. I get bored. I knew so many people that worked at Walmart that like they just got bored and just decided to take up working at Walmart because they were so bored. Like there was this guy that worked at the Walmart I worked at in Vegas that he just like he was one of those guys that he's done everything. He's worked like as a sommelier, he worked as a musician, real estate developer, like whole 9 yards. Step 1, 700 credit score. Step 2, buy an old crack house from a slumlord. Mine was 40k. Step 3, remodel the house after you time off from work. Step 4, flip house. Okay, yeah, that's understandable. At this point, that's starting to look like what I might end up doing. 15% down on 40k is $6 grand down. That's not too bad. My average paycheck right now is about $1,400, so I'd be able to afford that pretty soon, before bills and everything like that. Then I'm getting a bump up later on this year. By the end of the year, I'll be making $2,573. And I'll reach my max payments at 5 years. I only pay $434 in tax a year to live in that. What, bruh? I don't get property tax, man. I just don't get it. Like, why does it exist? Like, it's my property. Why the fuck should I have to pay taxes on it? It's probably just me and my, like, every month I put disposable income in remodeling. Nice. Nice. I'll have to look and see if there's any of those kinds of houses down here, but unfortunately I do live in a college town, so very, very unlikely, sadly. Also, why does it look like I want to go where the gold is? As of right now, I've got a good job. I might relocate eventually, depending on some external factors. And down here is Utah, specifically. I'm not gonna say where specifically, but I do live in one of the college towns, which there's like tons of colleges in Utah, so I'm not really outing myself on that. Because you got like Logan, you got Provo, you got Orem, you got St. George, you got like you got so many college towns here that I'm not worried about. It might be hard to do. Yes, very much so. Utah is unfortunately the very I think a lot of people are calling it the new Silicon Valley, just because there's a lot of tech startups here nowadays. But I mean, if I'm willing to switch from commuter rail to freight, then it'd definitely be doable. I just don't know how I feel about doing freight because I've heard a lot of negative things about freight. But if I do have like, I like Utah, but lived in America a bunch of times, even served there for a short bit. Oh, where'd you serve? What which area? It wasn't Army, so it wouldn't have. It was Army, so it wouldn't have been Hill. There's one that's up by, I think it's Bluffdale. If I remember right. I find a slim life. Unless you're in Salt Lake. Good Lord, Salt Lake. Huh. Salt Lake's a whole nother beast. Like, I thought living in Vegas was bad. Going to Salt Lake? Oh boy. It's southwest of Salt Lake City, right up the hill. I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Southwest, west, south. Yep, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of the fort, but I know where you're talking about. I passed by there to get a video the other day that I didn't actually upload to YouTube. I probably should. It's actually a pretty good video. Granted, it's mostly a thing that foamers would freak out about, but... it's in a area that not a lot of people would really think you could get to, but I managed to get to it because I'm sneaky breaky like that. I'm just gonna hold on, I'm gonna look. Let's see, I went up there. And then I went up here. Camp Williams. Yeah, Camp Williams. The instant you said Special Forces, I just looked. There's an NSA data center right there. It had to be Fort Williams. I mean, you know the reason why there's an NSA data center here in Utah, right? Like, there's a reason why Utah is like spy center of the states. Like, everybody in Utah knows why. And it makes total sense when you have it explained to you. Oh, god damn it, I didn't want to get that. Yeah. Camp Williams. There's a spot I was at. That's Jordan River. Right here. I got a video from like this area that's right here-ish. Here, I'll show you. Why not? No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted... There it is. So the video I got was right around here. And it was looking in this direction. It's a pretty good video if you're a filmer, which not a lot of people are. And it's funny because the area I was trying to get to originally stated that there was a church. It was a church that was like right there next to it. No, it turns out it's a church school. It's like some Catholic school or something like that. And so I get there, I'm like, this doesn't look much like a church. And then I see school parking. I'm like, okay, so we're just going to get out of here before I get confused for Drake or P. Diddy. Although I'm white, so Epstein? Epstein. Oh, wow, I missed this whole section right here. Scheisse. I'll tell you what, though. If you haven't ever been to Hill Air Force Base, when they put on their air show every year, it's gonna R. Kelly, but sure, Epstein. Yeah, R. Kelly, too. I forgot that was the thing. I only remember him over the pissing thing. I didn't remember the pedophile thing. Good lord. I am not up on my pop culture. R. Kelly or insert emo pop 2000 sensation band member name here. Because good lord, that was a really bad time to be on social media. When I was a kid, I complained to my parents, why can't I have a MySpace? Why can't I have... Now I'm kind of glad that they didn't let me have one. I would have gotten groomed like nobody's business. But yeah, I've been to 2 air shows in my lifetime now. One at Hill Air Force Base, and then one at Nellis Air Force Base. Nellis was by far the coolest because they had a battle, like a battle simulation thing go on. But the one at Hill had like so much more stuff. I grew up with the very best air shows on earth. Yeah. Depending, what years were you, like, did you go and stuff like that? Because I can probably list off what planes were probably there when you were there. One of the perks of being on the autism spectrum is, oh hey, I can list every plane ever made. Not literally, but like, I mean I could if you gave me some time. But Cold War and World War II aircraft were my obsession. Because World War II was very like refined, very nice, very niche. And then Cold War, it's like everybody was snorting coke and trying to see what they could do that was the next wackiest thing. You had McDonnell Douglas making bricks fly. You had... Oh wait, that was McDonnell Douglas too. The F-15. You had them making a plane that like had superbly insane battle characteristics because you thought your opponents did, and it turned out your opponent's thing was a piece of crap. Next to Boeing, we didn't have to go anywhere but the front yard. Boeing was only a mile away. Navy Day on the ships was... Oh! So, let's see. There's a lot of stuff we could be talking about there. You could be talking the Crusaders, the F8, the F8s, talking the A7s, also the Crusade. Actually, no, I think the A7s were the Avengers. The F4s, the Phantoms, the F14s, the Tomcats. Seattle area, nice. If I remember correctly, McDonnell Douglas was bought by Boeing. In reality, it's honestly a little surprising how few planes the U.S. military has nowadays. Like when you look at it from an objective standpoint. Because, like, I don't know. We've kind of gone to this battle doctrine of, like, less is more. Which is really shown. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm normally in bed by now. That's why. And it's too late for me to have caffeine because I have work at 7 in the morning. I got to go on a ship one time as a kid. They had a giant hydroplane that they could launch from the back door in the hold. That was probably the coolest shit I saw at a show like that. Ooh, now that limits it down because if I remember correctly, one of the few hydroplanes we have was the Catalina, I think, and I know that we still use them as firefighting aircraft. We might have more, and I just am struggling to remember which ones, but... Huge beast you can load tanks and shell. Oh, I know what you're talking about now, I think. Hold on, I'm just checking on something real quick here. Oh yes, it is time for me to let them upstairs. Okay. I will be right back. I have to go take care of something. Sorry, hovercraft, not hydroplane. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. You're good. You're good. Give me 1 second. I gotta go take care of something. And and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Alrighty. Pardon. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I was just checking out this video that a friend of mine posted. Yeah. God, I'm tired. I really should have, like, had more caffeine today. Oh, that's probably why I'm so friggin' tired, is I haven't had any caffeine. And I practically live off of this stuff. How is it I don't have any, haven't had any caffeine today, and I'm, like, no wonder I'm tired. Good lord. Okay, I'm gonna cut that video on. Okay. Get that way as soon as I was like, wait, what? It's what time? I haven't smoked any weed yet today. See, I can't smoke weed for multiple reasons. I don't know if I should admit this publicly. At one point I had consumed. I'm not going to say when. But I cannot because of my current. Why are you still so wiggly? Oh, that's why you're still so wiggly. Okay, maybe we shouldn't paint you yet. I have indeed consumed of the Mary Jane, the Wacky Tobacco, the whatever you want to call it. So if you ever catch me in an ornery mood, just ask if I've had a smoke yet. Yeah, that's me. If I'm ever grouchy, ask me if I've had caffeine yet, and if the answer's no, go grab me a Red Bull like stat. No, but I have actually one of the most weird and yet interesting reasons why I cannot smoke weed. or like anything like that. And it's the fact that, so weed's a flower, right? What do flowers make in order to make more flowers? They make pollen. What does pollen sometimes cause in people? Allergies. And in my case, it's as if I have a really bad cold in the matter of seconds, the instant I smell, the instant weed is brought anywhere near me. Like, it is the weirdest reaction. I went to an allergist and like back in Vegas, and I was like, hey, so this has happened to me a couple times, and the only time I can ever think of it like having happened is when I've been allergic to weed. And because it was in Vegas, you know, weed was legal, or weed is legal rather. And so they had some pollen from it, and they tested me on it. And yeah, sure enough, I am allergic to the pollen of cannabis. Cannabis specifically, because it's not just marijuana. It's, if I remember right, it's like the way the doctor explained it is like, okay, it's two plants. There's like a male version and a female version. And I said, you lost me. Oh wait, did the music stop? No, it's still going. Okay. Yeah, it's really weird. The one time I had it, it was a gummy. And it was not a strong one. It was a very weak one because I was very new. I tried it. I liked it. I cannot get it. Yes, or I can eat edibles and stuff like that. But at the same time, part of me also does not want to. Because one, I have an addictive personality, so I would get addicted to it because it's dependent on the personality, it's not dependent on the drug. Like alcohol. Alcohol itself is not addictive unless you have a personality that makes it addictive. But I have an addictive personality where I'm one of those people where I just want to numb the world out. And so if I were to, a lot of things would need to happen first. One, I would need for it to be legalized federally, which we're not going to get into politics because that's going to be one of my new channel rules. We're not going to be talking about politics here. I'm here to paint, I'm here to play video games, and that's it. It would have to be very low, very, very, very low THC, very high on CBD, so at least so it would calm me down, but it wouldn't be all the fruit and seeds are intensively. That's true. That's true. However, you wouldn't go and use nightshade for anything, would you? So to me, that's my logic behind it is it should be federally legal. I would not partake in it a lot, if at all, if that were the case. But I believe it should be federally legal because everybody's an adult, as long as it's like an adult, and as long as they recognize the issues behind it, the possible addiction, like the certain chemicals, what all they do, everything like that. As long as you are an adult and you're an adult about it, just treat it like you would alcohol. If anything, alcohol is worse because alcohol is literally a poison. Like, you'd have to smoke like so much weed in order to like die, and even then it'd probably be from the smoke inhalation and not from the marijuana itself. Alcohol, it can literally kill you. You can literally get alcohol poisoning. It can kill you. You can die. So to me, alcohol's worse, but that's neither here nor there. To me, it's the same as the prohibition. You know, like, it's illegal, so they make the part of it that has the illicit effects stronger, and it ends up fucking everything over, because THC does have a psychoactive effect to it, but it's countered by the CBD, so it doesn't do any like irreparable damage. But the problem is because it's illegal federally, so it's getting so strong now that the psychoactive effects are starting to overwrite everything to do with it. So a lot of the good stuff that's in it is being taken out and being replaced by the stuff that can be harmful. Like, I've researched into this stuff, so I'm fairly knowledgeable. Nowhere near as knowledgeable as, like, I'm sure the people who grow this stuff are, but I'm fairly knowledgeable on the stuff that, like, goes on with the chemistry and everything like that, and the fact that THC itself is a psychoactive, and the CBD balances it out, and everything like that. But that is my rant. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I think it does do damage, but I think this damage has shown some interesting side effects like musical or artistic talent. Yeah, my sister, she has this thing where she can't, like, she doesn't have an imagination for whatever reason. Like, she can't imagine things. And when she told me when she smokes that she's able to like draw and be a creative person, whereas normally she's not able to. But then nowadays you have to be careful because they're sneaking fentanyl into stuff, and it's like, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that you need to worry about. That's another thing that legalizing it would prevent, is all the like poisonings and stuff. Like people will mix marijuana with spice, and people will mix it with fentanyl, and people will mix it with, and instead you could go to like an authorized weed dealer that like they have to go through licensing procedures and stuff like that in order to be able to like deal in weed, and they have to be able to verify all kinds of stuff for it to be legal and stuff. And then you wouldn't be getting poisoned. You know? When I did it, that was the most relaxed I've ever been in my life. I actually do have a video that is private on this channel that is when I went and did it. I'm not going to make it a public video, but I do have a video on here. I was an adult. I was over the age of 21, so I was drinking age. I was at home. I was in a safe place. I was following a lot of like specific things that a lot of people told me to do when I was doing it. Well, that's not exactly what I mean. I'm talking about how the brain cells die with visual use and it creates those tunnels anyway. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. A lot of people, including Ivan Moody, the lead singer of Five Finger Death Punch, have credited weed for being a positive influence because Ivan Moody said he used to be a drunk and then he turned to weed and now he's no longer a drunk and it helped him a lot. So there is positive to be held to it and there's also negative to be held to it. It's just whether or not the positives outweigh the negatives. I believe it should be legalized. A lot of people who are on specific political sides do not believe it should be, but that's just me. I don't like talking about politics because, especially like right now, because it's such a divisive topic, and I'm just here to chill. I'm just here to vibe. I'm just here to have fun. Cramping up. I do want to show you, because you were not here when I was presenting my latest acquisitions. I have not just these Lich Guard now, but I also have some other models. I'll show you here in a second when I'm done basing this guy. Based.
finding myself holding my breath while I paint. Like to the point where it starts hurting my lungs. I hold my breath. Okay. These guys are based. Now, my next acquisition was Imitek the Stormlord himself. He's going to be leading these Lich Guard. And then I also bought a Reanimator. And then my latest acquisition and composition is Cesarek the Silent King. He is currently headless because I need to find a place that resin prints parts. And then he also has a little bit of a custom thing. Normally there's a Satan here. This is supposed to be the... just fall off. Oh, right there. That's fine. This is supposed to be the Black Heart from Destiny. With Satan like a shattered Satan being like absorbed into it. Which is why I'm waiting for the head to be 3D printed, because I'm wanting it to be a Hobgoblin head, and I'm going to call him Cesarek the Usurped Mind. Okay, now on to Imitek. Hobbit on the head on a Necron. Yep. Yep. Because, in my headcanon... Apparently I need some water. Hold on. In my story with these Necrons... they're a world mind, or whatever the hell it's called. Was destroyed by a solar flare. So the tomb world was dead. Well, the Vex came, and they found this world that had all these bodies already constructed and everything, and they decided, you know what, we're just gonna take it over, because it seems like these guys know what they're doing, especially because of the Necrodermis. And so they took over this world, reactivated everything on the planet, and basically have been slowly assimilating the Necrons into the Vex Collective. And so Cesarek got corrupted, or at least this version of Cesarek got corrupted by the Vex. And instead of being Cesarek the Silent King, he is now Cesarek the Usurped Mind, because Destiny has this whole thing with calling everything the something mind, like the consecrated mind, or the undying mind, or what have you. And so because he was the Silent King, but he is no longer the king, he has been usurped, and is therefore Cesarek the Usurped King. And it's only really because I honestly like brass for Necrons. It works really, really well, and they just never did it in like any of the official media. Like they stuck with Lead Belcher for all the official media and never were like, oh hey, this would look really cool. So I just said, screw it, we're going to make it look really cool. And so I make it look really cool. Because bronze and blue go really, really well together. Or like brass and blue go really, really well together, rather. And the Rune Lord brass. This was my first. I painted my Necrons as white marble with dark change. Ooh, that looks good, I'm sure. Are you familiar at all with Magic the Gathering? Somebody decided to do their Necrons like the Phyrexians from Magic the Gathering. So it's like the white, and then all the joints and a lot of the other stuff is red. And oh my god, it looks incredible. That's gotta be really cool looking. Have a story for them other than they favored the Destroyer cult and had them radioactive in previous editions, and their Tomb World thought stone was better than steel. Oh yeah, I like that. It probably like looks a bit like Aztecish, probably then. Ooh, that'd be a cool name for them. The like Aztec, Aztech dynasty. That'd be a really cool name for them. If you were looking for a new name for them, that is. But that would be a really cool name. Ah! Pizdец! I would feel compelled to buy a bunch of Legend Mints. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, granted, kit bashing is part of the fun, man. I'm thinking more Grink Mountain. Oh, okay, gotcha. Which would make sense, too, because if I remember right, the Greeks took over parts of Egypt, which is what the Necrons are, like, loosely based off of, is Egyptian-style culture. Instead of green. Nice. Yeah, all of my stuff, like all my like weapons and everything like that, all of the blades and everything are blue. Like varying levels of blue. And man, I feel like I understand why they went with green. I understand why they went with green, but blue is such a good color for like energy weapons and stuff like that, man, you know? Like, I like lead belcher, but I feel like it should be much more of an accent color than anything else. I don't like lead belcher or like silver being a primary color in a lot of things. That's just me, and people can feel free to disagree with me on that, but I like it so much more than I like silver. Silver to me, like almost all of the metals on Earth are silver.
Like even here, hold on. So this is a hematite ring, right?
So it's gold on the outside, but that's just because it's electroplated. On the inside, it's like that dull gray silver.
You know? Or like this chain, stainless steel, silver. My watch, all the stainless steel on it is silver. New watch, by the way. Well, new-ish. It's my favorite watch now, of course, but like I think I'm never gonna go back to battery powered, I don't think. Green covers black primer into a bright green easier than blue, but white marble equals white primer, so you can get a bright blue easier. Oh, yeah, that's true. I like black primer a lot because it's very, like, dark, I guess is a good way to put it. So it does make it so that I have to paint a ton more. But when I'm done painting, everything looks so, like, clean. Well, not clean, but, like, you'll notice on some of them I kind of paint a little bit sloppier. But that's because I'm trying to give it that, like, aged kind of look to it, see? Like, it's got that kind of aged bronze style to it that I really like. It's a really lazy way of doing it, of course, but I think it makes it look really good. Okay, onto this guy. Me too, Jordan. Me too. All the primers have really good purposes. And everybody chooses their own primer because it looks good depending. But yeah, I'm more a black primer guy. Granted, my tau are primed in gray rather. They're primed in gray. I really should have done it in lead belcher because it would have like given it a weather, like any of the paint that weathered off would have looked normal.
I just use Krylon anymore and spray most things in the color I want. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. $5 kind. Yeah, there's even one that it's basically this color. It's basically this brass that I like. But I like painting it a little bit more, honestly. I kind of like hand painting stuff. It gives it that personal touch that I really like in my own stuff. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah. Eventually my back starts hurting, and I mean, it's starting to hurt right now. Our alignment needs some work, and that's partially why my back is so screwy now. It's because our alignment needs some serious work, which supposedly they're going to start working on when they start doing double tracking and all that wonderful guff. Should I do the claws in the same brass? Because on some of my models, I've done the claws in like silver. Maybe. We'll see. Or actually, no. I think I did Castellax bronze or something like that. It's funny because that really that really is exactly what my Tau. Like I spent like hours painting my Tau to make sure that the brushstrokes were as invisible as possible. And like not realizing, oh yeah, I could have just grabbed a thing of not just spray paint, but like the Krylon camouflage spray paint, and just worked with that because I wanted my Tau to be camouflage patterned. Yeah, spray, wash, highlight. You can go as far as you want with it, but for just getting something you can play with. Yeah. And then you can put in as much effort as you want or as little effort as you want after that, you know. Oh, God, my back is killing me. It'd probably help if I scooted my table in a bit, huh? So, I'm curious, did you have a dog in the race for the Super Bowl this year? Or was it more just you wanted to watch the Chiefs get their asses kicked because Travis Kelce was on the team? Because that's the only reason I cared. Because I wanted to see Travis Kelce get his ass kicked. Because I don't like his girlfriend. No, I work at 7 tomorrow, dear. I don't watch Rick Games TV. Yeah. Yeah. No, I work at 7 tomorrow, Rio. I wonder what that is supposed to be. Is that supposed to be like an orc thing? Or is that like a part of a dreadnought? Or I wonder. Now see, I'm not a massive sadist, so like when I did my spiders, I didn't paint every single individual scarab that's on the inside of the spiders. I just was like, okay, this is gonna get covered up anyway, so I'm not gonna paint it. The only reason I painted the pilot of the ghost keel is because you can actually open it up and you can see the pilot in the ghost keel. Ah. My scheme: spray white, white glaze, sepia dense, some gray squiggly lines, blue contrast power notes, pick out joints and spines for jade. Yeah. I do need to start streaming a lot more, in all honesty. Only days I wouldn't really be able to do it are certain occasions, like next month on the 9th, I have a concert I'm going to be going to. Or next week I will not be able to because I'm going to be out the night before. Jade, Incubi Darkness over black, no long. Gray highlights. Incubi Darkness. I haven't looked at Incubi Darkness before. I'll have to look at it. I haven't really looked at much of the like colors or anything like that, so I'll have to take a look at a lot of the colors. It's dark sea green. Ooh, I do love me some dark sea green. I do love me some dark sea green. Some dark sea green is always nice. I think what I need to do for lunches this week is get some potatoes and bake them. Ooh, baked potatoes sound good right now. Fuck. Yeah, I'm hungry. I've eaten very, very little today. Oh, damn it. Okay, that's that. Oops, got water everywhere. Where did my little brush go? Little brush. Little brush. I'm gonna try to spray paint. There's a few tricks you need to know, or else you won't enjoy it. All right, hit me. Ah, frack! Again! I need to get a better, like, webcam or something like that. Like, have it on my face or something. That's like the 4th time that's happened this stream. Paint doesn't want to stick to it. You need an all-over wash or base coating with a craft paint. Oh, wow. Interesting. Wait, why? Is it because it's not a primer? It's too smooth, you need the tiniest amount of wash. Oh, interesting. I know they have like a clear coat primer that you can use, so I wonder if that would be effective at all. missed a whole section on the inside here. Oh, okay, gotcha. I see what you're saying. Has it really taken me 2 hours to paint all of these? Yeah, I guess so. Cause I need to go eat. I kind of feel bad because this is my first stream back, and I'm only gonna be here and I've only been streaming for 2 hours. But at the same time, that's kind of really what I can do nowadays. If I'm gonna be completely honest. So that's the brass done. For all of them except for Cesarek. Is that lead belcher? Oh, that's lead belcher. Why does this pot of lead belcher look so much darker than this pot? Like, is it just me, or does this pot look darker than this pot? This pot looks darker than this one. Is it just me? I think it's just me. 20 hours of 20 hours day, 2 hours of 20 hour days if you really want to get ahead. 20 years. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, probably. Okay.
Don't worry, the army says you only need 4 6 hours. As far as to be consecutive, can be 50 minutes. Yeah, that sounds about right. Man, I will say this though. Silver adds a nice contrast to like the brass for the weapons. It adds a really nice contrast. It's really funny because like my guys are essentially like the Olympic colors, and I didn't intend for that to be the effect that I was going for, but unfortunately that is kind of a bad side effect. It's called the Everyman cycle. 15 years later, and I'm still doing it. Yep. I have a friend of mine who was in the Army National Guard back in Vegas, and he always joked about how he did never need to sleep. Alright, and the spines. Duh. Man, that joint is still weak. Like, I just glued that together like an hour ago. I went really quiet. I ain't gonna lie, I went real quiet. I don't know why. Focusing on this is just, it chilled me out finally. I've been very pent up the last couple days, and I haven't painted like a single thing. And now here I am painting, and all of a sudden I'm silent. Like, my mind is finally quiet after weeks of just being constantly like on edge. It's nuts. Okay, on to Imatech. Okay, so there's that, and now need more silver. Ah! Not much more, though, luckily. This is a crazy thing with black is that silver kind of just doesn't need to do too much work. Oh, I missed a ledge guard. Okay, I need a bit more gray, a bit more silver, a bit more lead belcher. Eh. Alrighty, my friend, I am going to call it for the night. I need to go get some food, and then I need to actually start getting ready for bed. Thanks for coming by. I know it's been forever since I've streamed. So, yeah, I hope you have a good night. And see you next time.